Hey, it's Gloomy, back with another sketchbook tour. I finally finished this sketchbook. I've had it for just under 6 months, I think. So yeah, this one's been going for quite a while. On the cover, I've got my inner OC, Rez. So this is like a fake Ina screenshot, except not very convincing because it's traditional, but this is Boxy responding to another fake screenshot that I did of Rez, which I'll plop in. I did that one digitally. Some OC is messing about. A comic of something that happened in a dream. I will linger on this one for a bit, or you could just pause it if you want to read it. I hope it's readable. Basically, it was a lucid dream. Some Yume Nikki doodles. I don't know, I became obsessed with Yume Nikki out of nowhere again. And then I decided to come up with the headcanon that Masuda is Madutsuki's comfort character. I have a whole reason for that. I can't be bothered to go into it right now, but I do have my reasons. And then I started drawing Monoe as she appears in the original game, and then as she shows up in Dream Diary, this sort of remake-ish, fangame-ish thing. And then these all just kind of reminded me of Ina, so I drew an Ina version above those. I don't know. Teethna, when she was first revealed, I had to draw her incognito. Pyramid scheme. Pashmina from Animal Crossing. Chai and Rilla from Animal Crossing. Metaton. How someone showed up in a wedding in a dream I had. Ina demons. Humanized Flick and CJ. There's like a story behind this, because there was like this Twitter argument that went on because someone said they shipped these two, and then a couple of homophobes showed up and started ruining it for everyone. So I was just like, I'm gonna draw them. I do ship them. I'd been meaning to draw them together for a while, but that was like what finally prompted me to draw it. The very first incarnation of a possible new character called Antenna. She will show up a bit later. A liminal space that I copied and then turned into a dream core image. A dream that I had about not being able to sleep. Kind of meta. Because everyone was having a party in my room for some reason. And jumping on the bed. I don't know what that was all about, but yeah. That time, I very momentarily rejoined the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom for like about a month. Some OCs. When Miitopia Switch came out, there's a sketchbook tour I did back in like 2019, I think. I think I called it the one with all the Miitopia drawings when I played the 3DS version, and there's just I just drew loads of Miitopia stuff in it. Yeah, so I was inevitably going to do that again when the Switch version came out. A surreal, weird core collage inspired by Baphomet-kun, who I love. Baphomet-kun's videos have really inspired me. They're just like the best. I love them. Toxic positivity, I guess. Some Baphomet-kun fan art. Baphomet-kun himself and Dr. Fleur. And the egg. I always end up with a lamp girl with like sometimes with multiple limbs and multiple eyes in my sketchbooks. I don't know why. An OC couple. Lily Madwhip. It's like this series. I'm not really sure if it counts as a creepypasta, but I know Mr. Creepypasta has got like readings of it on his channel, not written by, I can't remember who it's written by, but they're read out by Little Ball of Giggles. It's really cool. It's about like a girl who has like a guardian angel, and she sees all kinds of weird crap, and she can see the future. More Baphomet-kun fan art. Just a bunch of references to his videos all crammed together. They do kind of have a expanded universe type thing in their videos. There is a kind of story happening. It's very sort of like cryptic. Is that the right word? I don't know. Mooney and Sonica. I don't know why I need to say their names out loud because they're written right there. When I got obsessed with the kidcore aesthetic. Yaya, one of my OCs. Originally she looked like a lot like Ina. I might put like a picture of how she used to look next to her just for comparison, but I changed her design slightly. I mainly just changed her outfit. A dream that I had. Oh yeah, and I came up with a whole like profile for Yaya. Also, I even came up with a last name for her, because I decided she's kind of like if liminal spaces were a person, so her last name is Kenopsia. This was like inspired by a dream, inspired by Extinction Party. Nina, Cranberry Kitty, thinking of liminal spaces. He's one of my OCs. More Ina things. Yaya and another OC of mine, Wolfie, interacting. I like to think they have like a sort of sibling-like relationship. John Lennon. Probably like the only thing close to realism you'll see in this sketchbook, probably. I had Across the Universe stuck in my head, so I was like, I'm gonna draw John Lennon. I don't know. Coco is the princess in Metopia, the princess of Greenhorn. And okay. So, if you saw the sketchbook tour before the last sketchbook tour that I did, I mentioned listening to Everywhere at the End of Time. So I got like this idea at like 2 a.m. one night to draw all of the Everywhere at the End of Time album covers, but like as a room, as like a scene. I don't really know what gave me that idea, it just kind of happened. So, I don't know, I drew it, and while I was drawing it, I noticed the stage 2 image has hidden dancers in it. There are literally like hidden dancers, like as part of the vase, looking like they're twirling around the vase. I didn't notice that until I was like looking at it closely and drawing it, and it's really cool. Also, stage 5. You are hard to draw, my messed up mush of a album cover person, existential horror. More Metopia things. You know in Metopia when they're like running to something and then there's just like random speech bubbles that come up? This was one of those. I'll play that now because I took a video of it. I'll wedge it in this video. Rez, Ina, Crow, who belongs to I actually can't pronounce their name, but I'll link their Twitter in the video. This is their character. Yeah, it was a kind of event. I Feel Fantastic, that has that robot singing and it's scared like loads of people. And it has a whole creepypasta about like murder or something like that. And that's been debunked like 10 million times. But I thought like, she kind of sounds like a very low quality version of Luca. Obviously I know Luca didn't exist then, but she also kind of sounds like a weird version of Miriam. So I just decided to draw Miku and Luca just kind of discussing that, I guess. And then Val 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 by Ben Wheel, the same guy who did Henry Eats. I am obsessed with Val Val Val. It's just so, I don't know, it's just funny. It's so weird and it's so funny, and I'm just in love with it. I never finished this drawing. I wasn't very well when I drew it. What was that? The thing, I just like, I don't know, I draw like the first thing that pops into my mind. In this case it was Bart Simpson for some reason, and then I draw what that reminds me of, and then I draw what that reminds me of, and so on and so forth until I just get bored, I guess. So this is how this one went. Another Metopia thing. I don't know, Boxy stealing Rez's hands, because I just thought that would be funny. Okay, so in Animal Crossing New Horizons, I visited a dream island called Cosmic Cove. I'll put the dream address and the Twitter handle for the island and its creator. But yeah, I took this screenshot when I was there. It's a really nice island. I took the screenshot and I thought, this is so nice, I have to draw it. It is a really, really nice island. It's like kidcore, but also kind of overgrown and rural and sort of farmish as well. It's like, it's really nice. And I see a sort of humanized-ish Animal Crossing villager. Another collage inspired by Baphomet-kun. Literally, for a while, I would like grab magazines that weren't being used anymore and just cut out eyes to use for these. I've got like just a major collection of like eyes now. God, that sounds so weird out of context. I've got a collection of eyes. Somebody once told me. Some Ina doodles, random things. If Rez were to make a wish to the Great Runus, they would wish for a cup of coffee. Shepard finds out about Rez wasting their wish on a cup of coffee. Like, they could literally just make the coffee themselves, but nah, they're like, no, I want it from the Great Runus. Dream Barbecue Ina. Carrying on the whole Runus coffee thing, I decided to draw a Runus mug. And then there's Rez drinking coffee from the Runus mug. And then there's Tasky Maiden, because she just got released literally as I was drawing these. And then Joel released Tasky Maiden, and I was like, oh, I need to draw her. Something that happened in Metopia. I don't know, I got sent on like 2 errands to send tambourines to people, and nobody was happy about getting tambourines, so yeah. Oh yeah, and these showed up like earlier in the sketchbook as well. These are from when I cut eyes out from pictures, so that's the context behind those. Oh my god. Finally tried using watercolors again, and it is such a different feel to painting with pens. I'll do a tutorial on how to paint with pens and like how it's different to using watercolors, but how it's also similar. But painting with pens has definitely helped me get better at like the technique. So it didn't take me very long to sort of get into the swing of watercolor. So yeah, I start doing a lot of watercolors in here. A liminal space that I just straight up copied because I thought it looked really cool. It's my boy! My hourglass dog boy! I rewatched Black Rock Shooter for like the first time in years, and oh my god, it was just as good as I remember. It's such a good series. Okay, so I decided to take my watercoloring to the next level and do like a full picture with watercolor, as inspired by Tameka, my favorite artist. And I got this out of it. There are mistakes, but honestly, for someone who's still trying to get the hang of watercolor, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, the day I broke Shantae, that actually happened. I might upload that as a separate video, because I took a recording of that. It was really weird. Discovered a glitch in Shantae, basically. Shantae, half genie hero, specifically. Black Rock Shooter again. A random girl and Moss, one of my OCs. And I got into Doki Doki Literature Club because finally I was able to play it, because PC gaming is kind of hard for me, so it was a lot more convenient, even if it was like immersion breaking a little bit, to get it come out on Switch. So I had been spoiled a little bit of the game. Like, I knew who Monica was and the gist of what she does, kind of. But there was a lot of things I didn't know, like that one scene with Sayori, that one scene with Yuri. I don't really want to spoil it, just in case there are still people who haven't played it, so yeah. But yeah, it is a great game. Okay, Mum gave me a bunch of labels to stick in my sketchbook because she knows I like sticking random crap in my sketchbook, and one of them said removable footbed. I don't know what a removable footbed is. I came up with my own interpretation in Hugging You. My reaction to the Just Monica scene, I was kind of more freaked out by the fact that the background looked like space. Like, what the hell? Why is it space? We're in a classroom. Why is it space outside? How is that even programmed into the game? Monica couldn't program that into the game. She almost broke the damn thing. Sorry, spoiler alert, I guess. I'm gonna put a spoiler warning at the front of the video just in case. And then I also didn't want to delete Monica because I actually read not all of her monologues, but like most of them. I was kind of determined to see them all, but I got a bit like restless after a while. But it sort of made me sort of grow attached to Monica, because at first I was like, oh my god, Monica, I hate you for what you did to Sayori and Yuri and Natsuki. But now I'm just like, well, now that she's speaking to me, I realize that she's more than just a yandere, I guess, and I got attached to her, and I didn't want to delete her, but I had to in order to finish the game. There is no way anyone can talk about DDLC without spoiling it, I swear to god. At least most people by now have played it, so yeah. Oh boy. Some vents and also a Miku. So playing Doki Doki Literature Club inspired me to start writing poems, and it's a little embarrassing. I haven't written any for a while, but that's because I can't really think of anything to write about. I can't really force it to happen. This was a redraw of something I drew in 2018. I really like this one. I like the original as well. I still like the original, but there was a lot that could have been improved. And I just wanted to draw it again as well. Sometimes I just want to draw a drawing again because it was fun the first time. A silly poem. A character from a dream. And Monica. And more of that dream that was on the previous page. Pose practices. And I don't like these pages. Another poem. Probably one of the better ones I wrote. And then I also drew a picture to go with it. Shrek has nothing to do with it, he's just there. Some weird drawings. More Doki Doki Literature Club things. I'm really happy with this one. I'm really happy with the way I drew her hair. And Yuri and Kara, because they both kind of got a bit of a fascination with knives. Natsuki in that scene that may or may not happen where her face goes like this and she starts like speaking gibberish. Doki Doki Literature Club comic. I was obsessed for a bit of a while. Yeah, Monica suggests that Sayori should play Hangman. If you know, you know. You may or may not recognize this one since that was that sort of speed doodle video that I did. Masuda and Nadatsuki. Kid called Ina. Oh, you might recognize this one as well. I did a speed paint of this one. I don't actually like it. It's just off. Another poem that's like, I don't know. Just another poem. I had the urge to draw a monster woman in a sunky dress, apparently. And then there's also the anglerfish siren from Shantae and the Seven Sirens. Some Ina doodles. I want to redraw this, but in color. Oh, you might recognize this one too, because I did a very bad speed paint of it. Yeah, that speed paint was where all the things went wrong. But yep, it's Tara the Android again from I Feel Fantastic, because I don't know, I just like her. She's creepy. Hand practices. Some OCs being cute and romantic and maybe a little bit dramatic. Some doodles. We got Vocaloid Lola. A sort of hippie girl. A girl in a hijab. A cartoony girl and a cat. Oh my god, I finally did the Styles Challenge, which was what I'd been wanting to do that for like a couple of years now. I've done it before, but the last time I did it was in 2016. Tried to do like styles that have influenced my own. So there's my style, there's Tameka, my favorite artist, Ghost, also known as Ghost and Pals. I've probably played their music in this video because it's good music. Hello Charlotte, Ina, and Magical Star Sign. So sees this page. This page. Okay, so I got really obsessed with weird YouTube videos, like the weird side of YouTube. Like, you already saw it a little bit with the I Feel Fantastic and Val drawings. But yeah, So I decided to just vent my love for these videos on a whole spread. So I got Shay St. John and Kiki, who wants to gnaw on human bones and beasts, the yelling creature, Agamemnon counterpart, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I love Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I've been into Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared for like years, and only now have I drawn fan art. Shay St. John again, but specifically the hand thing video, which is like the most famous one. And then Poker Poker Shopping. Yeah. Oh my god. This was when Joel G revealed that Ina is apparently like 9 feet tall. What? This was just gonna be like, I don't know, a sketchy doodle of Ina sitting on a cloud, and then it turned into like a full-on thing that I put effort into. Like, I don't know what happened. I liked it, I guess. Another dream that I had. And some ghost fan art. We got the Distortionist, Crispy, Arc, Say, Houseplants are pets, candles are domesticated fire, fridges are domesticated ice, taps are domesticated water, so they're also pets. I don't make the rules. Decided to draw like a full picture of Inachi, so I don't like that drawing though. Continuing on with the weird YouTube, there's a dining room or there is nothing. And Kigurumi, I think the person who does Kigurumi videos is called Non-Human Person. I don't really like their videos. It's like ASMR political mukbang, which is definitely not my thing, but I like Kigurumi. I like the way Kigurumi looks, so I decided to draw her. Oh, okay, I'm trying to come up with like a persona a little bit like Kigurumi, that like I could put the camera on myself but completely cover my identity, because I don't like being in front of the camera, but I'm like, if I ever needed to be in front of the camera for a video for whatever reason, I could just do this. I don't know. Oh, you'll probably recognize this one. Another speed paint that I did, and it's of Poker Poker Shopping by Nana Bunch of Numbers. The one who did username 666, and oh my god, okay, so he saw my speed paint and liked it, and that was just like, just such a good moment for me. I don't know. This was a dream. Another profile for one of my OCs. I decided to rewrite this OC a little bit, so that's why I did that. Some more OC stuff. One of my OC couples being relationship goals. I could hear seagulls, so I decided to describe what the noise of seagulls look like. I guess. All of my non-binary OCs. We've got Obera, Datascope, Synth, Akaro, Boxy, and Res. Basically everything I accumulated from when I went to see The Play That Goes Wrong, which was hilarious. If you've seen the Goes Wrong show, it's basically that, but live. Tusky Maiden setting fire to a bridge while Ina watches her from the sky. That was, believe it or not, an Animal Crossing screenshot that I redrew. Some Ina-inspired character designs that I thought, why not? I like drawing weird characters. And We got the second incarnation of Antenna. I finally started playing Magician's Quest again, and Eric, the flip phone, says he wants to go somewhere where there are no phones, which I thought was funny. Another dream. I had to give up my left hand to a monster to make her stop chasing me. Magician's Quest and Animal Crossing crossover, because of course everyone inevitably makes the comparison between those two games. And then speaking of crossovers, we've got Ina characters as Animal Crossing villagers. Should I give a warning here for entomophobia? Because I know some people really just can't deal with bugs. Anyway, so it's a moth. I copied this picture. Yeah, I use references for all of these. Except for these. This is Squid Squat and Plip from Squidlet. But yeah, we got what I think is a poodle moth, but I'm not sure. A wasp, a luna moth, a hummingbird moth, and a cicada. There's this Ina fan video called Unit Exchange by Sleep Circle, and there's also a much shorter one called Chrysal, I think it's pronounced, by Black Mori. So I just drew that little character there, and then all the rest of it is Unit Exchange, except for the UFO clown. Some characters in Unit Exchange meeting their canon counterparts. Event. Magician Mooney, Foxy and Rez being cute, a very creepy shepherd. Me fleshing out Antenna. She's like a radio announcer. But yeah, I'm just fleshing out all the different sides to Antenna. Got Human Ina. I'm honestly not really sure what all the bandages are for. Extra splash of color, I guess. Human Runus. The final design for Antenna. And I want to use her more. Dream Barbecue Ina and me just getting hyped. Another dream I had about I was like in this room that was like an escape room, and there was like this creature in it, and it was like an almost sized millipede, and then it turned into a rapidly growing leech looking thing. Then it was like a big snake. Then it was a giant fluffy caterpillar. Then it sort of morphed to like a worm on a string looking thing until it became like this kind of cute, giant, fluffy cat worm thing. A sort of, I guess, biblically accurate angel. And Ina having a mental breakdown, I guess. My cat Marble and a neighbour cat Betty, who have been getting really friendly recently. When I went on holiday, went to Devon and stayed in a cottage. So I decided to draw Melody, one of my OCs, but like cottagecore. There's also a cat that I met called Marley. Might put a picture of her next to this. Cecil from Welcome to Night Vale. I was listening to that. Tiny Miku. The faceless old woman who secretly lives in your home. The summer house that was outside the cottage we stayed in. Okay, so I've currently got back obsessed with Doctor Who, and I got the urge to draw these two characters specifically. Not really sure why. I don't really like these characters. No, I like these characters. I don't like the drawings that much. I have a crush on these three. It was my favorite Vocaloid VY1's 11th anniversary, so I drew her, my favorite fan design for her. Stuff. I don't know, OC stuff, I guess. Okay, so some Welcome to Night Vale stuff. Yeah, I'm obsessed with Welcome to Night Vale. So we've got one of the Ericas, a librarian, the Glow Cloud, all hail, Hunter Car, the Beagle Puppy, and Koshek. Marble and Betty. They like to hang out on roofs, so I drew them being cute on a roof. An anime girl who looks a bit intense. I called her Animeko. She looks a bit like Sailor Moon, like an off-brand Sailor Moon. Another cat I met when I was on holiday. And then there's Marley again. Ina and Mooney being cute. Some Animal Crossing villagers that do very weird things with their eyes. Their pupils just straight up disappear. Like Annalisa and Phil. Why? Phil not doing the thing with his eyes. The map of the sculpture garden we visited when I was on holiday. A dream I had about inviting a Dalek to a sleepover. Doodles. Just like whatever popped into my head, I guess. Some more doodles. Miku. Art blobs. I can't believe I drew a freaking Amoga sky. More art blobs. I like that Grim Reaper and that guy. And the guy with the funny moustache and big nose. I was trying to draw some Doctor Who monsters from memory. The Dalek is definitely the most accurate one. The Cyberman looks way too cute. The Dalek's talking about ducks because I remembered the duck Dalek and should I give any context on the duck Dalek? Nah. I'm not giving you any context on the duck Dalek. This video is long enough as it is. And then a very badly drawn Weeping Angel and an even more badly drawn Ood. Ghosts are just no bodies. Probably, I don't know, my favourite thing I've drawn recently. Just a surreal drawing. I don't really draw the other sides to res much, especially the bitter side of res, so I decided to just play around with that. When the Dream Barbecue trailer came out, I just filled up a page with hype, and I'm not done. I'm gonna come back to do more in my new sketchbook. And then Brewster got announced, finally. So I decided to do a little parody of In Iolite by Ghost because my island is called Iolite. So I thought it would be fitting. Coco's my favorite villager, can you tell? This is basically, at this point, I was just trying to fill up the rest of the sketchbook. This is Lim, who is a character of Goop, or Goopy Goop. And Shepherd, Akitaneru, Teto. This was actually inspired by Everywhere at the End of Time. I'm not sure why there are like things coming out of this person's arm, but there you go. Probably my favorite poem that I wrote during my weird poem writing phase. It's about like a feeling that I get from time to time, which might be derealization, I'm not sure. I don't know if that's what it is, but I do know that I just seem to kind of phase out of reality and everything feels like a dream and nothing feels real, and I just feel a bit surreal, and I'm rhyming. I don't rhyme when it happens, but I'm rhyming now. So yeah, that was Sketchbook 26. I hope I didn't come across as too kind of weird in this video. I'm feeling a bit weird. Yeah.